it didn't introduce the technology at the time to the public. Yeah, can you believe that? Oh, who's going to pick up a digital camera?
Yeah.
Nobody. Oh, come on. Nobody's going to pick up a digital camera. Kodak continued its focus on traditional film cameras even when it was clear the market was moving to digital. When it finally got into the digital market, Kodak was selling cameras at a loss and still couldn't make strong gains against other manufacturers who have been producing digitals for years. They lost out on a market of over $150 billion.
Yeah.
$150 billion, and Kodak still has not recovered. Well, of course, the interesting tidbit on that is that now all your SLR cameras have gone filmless, and so they may have been relying on commercial, they may have been relying on semi-professional, I don't know, but folks, stay tuned as we come back. We're going to talk about Destin, Florida with Dr. B and his fantastic restaurant experience, and then some funny things in the news, so stay tuned.
Your mic's in my face.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Well, talk to me.
Yeah, the camera.
So we might put a poll up and see if we like the mic in Dr. B's face or in Callie's face.
Or the back of your head.
Or the back of my head, maybe, in your face. So we might have to do a poll on that and vote on that. But stay tuned. Hopefully you're having a good time. Feel free to leave us some comments on our YouTube page. Go to our Twitter page at JP and Dr. B and catch our updates. Go to our Facebook page, JP and Dr. B. Call into the studio, 214-787-1160. Or you can go on a date with Action Jackson. You are promised a pickle and a fried chicken sandwich without a shadow of a doubt.
If you love Chick-fil-A, he's your guy.
He's your guy.
He's your guy.
Hey,
So-
I'm really happy that we have people listening.
Yeah.
Really good.
No colors.
Yeah.
Not yet.
You know, this is one of those things that'll take a while, I think, to just get
Yeah.
open lines going.
Yeah.
I think, but you know, sometimes I'm like this. If content is so good, I just rather just hear it
Listen,
and
right.
pay attention to it and different things like that.
Yeah.
Which is not necessarily a bad thing.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Because whenever you're given like good content, I just want to hear, you know, and all like that stuff. So this is great content, especially for Friday.
I think it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to keep
We,
Fridays
we
fun.
want Friday's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some
And I think we've incorporated
some business
the
issues.
business
Yeah.
aspect.
Oh, you did a great job.
Yeah.
Great job. So.
Can I get your keys on?
In fact, I think we've talked more about business today
Then all
than
week.
we've talked all week
Ever.
about business.
Uh,
But yeah, I just, you know, open lines is a much harder deal, you know.
well, like you said, it's getting people used to calling
Yeah.
and for one thing, letting them know this is our first week in
Yeah.
mornings and our first really Friday fun time and open.
Yeah.
So
Just got to keep pushing it on our social media. You know, have you seen our Facebook page, JP and Dr. B?
yeah,
Yeah, it's blown up.
it has been
I think
blowing
we've picked up
Yes,
another
it has.
50, I think we picked up 50 more hits on our Facebook page this week.
And I can guarantee you, management are listening and different things like that.
You think so?
Oh yeah. Because I was matter of fact, I told this one particular person, I said, hey, I wouldn't doubt that Judge and Dr. B show can go for this 1 hour against Martin Davis. He
Really?
said, it'll take a while, but I think it'll take a while.
Well,
So I'm about content.
Mark has established himself, though, for
Yeah,
years.
for
And
years.
it's like I told Dr. B, the way to do this is grassroots. And Mark has done the grassroots.
Oh no, he's good. I'm just saying, going up against that content,
Yeah.
head and all that, it works. It's really good.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm having fun, that's for
Yep,
sure.
yep, it's fun.
So, great job, Dr. B.
Thank you.
Yeah, my disastrous date was truly a disastrous day. 37, I'm like, yeah, we're not going back to your place.
Coffee is terrible.
Well, we'll have to make sure we
But-
bring some of our own.
Yeah, that's
We have to drink
the
it.
problem is Starbucks isn't open at, and there is a McDonald's close to me. McDonald's doesn't have bad
No,
coffee,
they're pretty
but
good.
I thought McDonald's had good coffee.
yeah,
Yeah,
they,
they do.
They do.
That's what I've heard.
Are you crying?
All right, I am crying.
Yeah.
Why?
I'm so
Because
sad
you laugh.
because I'm so happy and excited that you're watching us on YouTube. Oh! No, I put some drops in
Oh,
my
I was
eye.
like, oh my gosh. Are you okay?
Drops in my eyeballs. All right, so when we come back, we're going to read the commercial. I'm going to read the commercial and then kick it to you.
Okay. 30 seconds.
Look at the camera, make sure the microphone's not in your face.
No, you can barely see it. Can't see you though.
But you're not on it.
Yeah, you're not.
Here, move. Oops. There we go. That's going to be better. Yeah. Here we go. Here we go.
Here we go. You know, again, Dr. B, I'm so glad that we're playing the guitar towards the end of the show and not jumping people out of their beds. That's for sure. Well, folks, I'll tell you what, again, if you get a chance, go visit our sponsors. You are here with us on Point with JP and Dr. B. We're on 5 mornings a week from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. We want you to wake up with us and grab your coffee. We are a family-based show that impacts businesses in different ways, but try to really support the families and help the families. Our mantra is that if you feel like the American fabric has kind of been torn, which is what we've been told, which is kind of what's created this, then we want to help put America back one family at a time with our programming. And so you can catch all of our programming at jpanddrb.com. You can find us on Facebook at jpanddrb.com, or .com, no, just JP and Dr. B. On Twitter at JP and Dr. B. And you can also find us on my Facebook page at John Edward Payton, and also at Ken Bateman's Facebook page as well. But, you know, this doesn't happen without sponsors. And so we want to always thank our sponsors. Go on our website, visit our sponsors' site, send them a little message letting them know, hey, you know what, we appreciate the fact that you're putting this programming on the air. And one of our new sponsors this week is the Italian Villa. Does this crisp fall weather have you craving a delicious hand-tossed New York-style pizza or fresh homemade pasta? Perhaps you have your heart set on veal piccata, chicken cacciatore, or lobster ravioli. Chef Tony and his skilled staff at the Italian Villa in Allen work their magic in the kitchen and make your dreams come true. Complete your Italian culinary experience with any of their fresh brewed cappuccino or espressos with their classic tiramisu Italian dessert. Tell them that JP and Dr. B sent you, and you will get a free appetizer when you try out one of their incredible entrees. That's right, folks. I said a free appetizer when you mention JP and Dr. B. They are in Allen, Texas. They've been there serving the Allen community for over 20 years. They are located at Greenville and Main Street. You can find them at the ItalianVillaAllen.com or go to the JP and Dr. B website at jpanddrb.com. Go by today and treat yourself to a taste of Italy. And, you know, we've eaten there. We've had our business meetings there. We have. And the food is amazing.
It is amazing. And, in fact, I think that we need to have another business meeting there before too long.
Oh, I absolutely agree. Talking about food and meetings, Dr. B was able to go to Destin, Florida for a while and had a great time until he went to dinner one night. Dr. B, what happened at dinner one night?
Well, we're talking about disastrous dates, and this is a disastrous dinner. The wife and I and another couple that we were visiting in Florida went to a very nice oyster place, and, you know, it was a nice family dinner, and that. There was eating on the inside, and there was a patio outside you could eat at, but of course, we chose to eat inside because it was very humid and hot, and we had been at the beach all day, and so we thought, well, we'd stay in and get cool. Well, just sitting there and had just ordered some beverages, and a family walks in with 2 children. I don't know, maybe 2 or 2.5 was the youngest, and the kid had not sat down about 2 minutes. We placed our order, and this kid let out the most ear-piercing scream you have ever heard in your life. I mean, I thought the kid was dying. I thought something really was bad, you know. I looked up and I thought, should I go over and see if I could, you know, perform the Heimlich or something on it? And not only did he scream once, but he continued to scream over and over. Now, the thing that I really loved is the parents just sat there and smiled at each other and looked at each other. Didn't say, everybody in this room that we were in,
We're staring at them.
It did not bother them a bit. My wife got up, and I thought, oh no, see, she's a former school teacher, and I thought she's going to go over there and tell them. But instead, she went and got our waitress and said, you know, it's time for us to move, and we will go outside.
Wow.
You would rather endure the humid air.
Yeah. So we went outside, and fortunately, they had a pond right there by the patio, and so we not only got to eat outside in the humid air, but we also got to see the local alligator that was in the pond. So, what's that? Oh, absolutely, yes. Absolutely. That's.
Well, you know, when we get Jordan back on, you know, he's involved in the National Restaurant Association. Maybe we can suggest that to him, actually.
Let's talk to him about that. Yeah, it's well, the other thing, and this is maybe a topic for a whole nother show, but is parents, kind of paying attention to their kids while they're at restaurants and not letting them just destroy the whole atmosphere.
Well, and it wasn't like you were at Cece's. I mean, you didn't go to Cece's Pizza, which you should expect that.
Yeah.
You were at a nice restaurant.
It wasn't no Chick-fil-A.
It was not Chick-fil-A, and they didn't even have a pickle.
Not even a pickle. I'll tell you what, you got ripped off, Dr. B.
Oh, yeah, I mean, what can I
No
say?
pickle, screaming children, Big Bill.
A big bill.
Big.
And the humidity.
And the local alligator.
But they had the alligator.
Now, were you thinking shoes when you saw the alligator?
That or a belt.
That or a belt. Well, folks, I'll tell you what, if you've got a disastrous story, share it with us. Call in at 214-787-1160 and let us know you're listening. I'd like to say hello to Carrie Israel and Mary Amagon Jennings for listening, and also to Sarah Bennett. She has just chimed in from Philadelphia, PA. So always glad to have Philadelphia,
Welcome.
PA on. Let's talk a little fun in the news, shall we? There is a dog named Trigger. Now, who would have ever thought to name their dog Trigger? That's never been done before. But of course, it would be an avid hunter. Well, this young lady decided she was going to go out to her duck blind, and she was going to go hunting in her duck blind. So, Indiana Conservation Officer Jonathan Boyd says 25-year-old Allie Carter of Avila laid her 12-gauge shotgun on the ground without the safety on. First of all,
That's big
Don't
no-no.
do that.
big no-no, bad
Always
day.
keep your safety on.
So, folks, if you're out there listening, put your safety on because you may not go to work the next day. Shotgun on the ground without the safety on, and during a waterfowl hunt, a Tri-County Fish Wildlife area, Boyd says that Carter's chocolate lab Trigger stepped on the shotgun and depressed the trigger and shot her in the foot.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so she may be a toe or two less, but I think she'll probably put the safety on her shotgun next time.
Right?
And yes,
he
Trigger
does.
lived up to his name.
Trigger lives up to his name, so that's kind of a funny in the news. Also, we've got a good one. And if you want to see these folks, I went to Channel 4 NBC New York, and this one you've got to see. I wish I could show it to you. Owner hears kaboom, finds car on the roof of his home.
What?
The roof of his home. And you got to see the picture of this. Evidently, it was under an interstate. Joyce Kingsley, who's 83 years old, she needed to look up because all of a sudden there was a kaboom on her roof, and go to find out it was a Ford Mustang parked on top of her roof. And if you look at the picture, the roof looks okay and the Mustang looks okay.
So Mustangs fly now.
Mustangs fly now. And we're going to find that out with Callie one day because we're going to have her going to a iSky or jump out of a plane with a Go camera. You're going to want to tune in for that one on YouTube for sure. But this was out of Northeast Lansing. The house was built next to a hill just outside the interstate. The car jumped the interstate and landed on the roof.
Wow.
That's
Amazing things happen. Well, we were talking about food, and Carol Holder from Norman, Oklahoma, was talking about the food at the sandwich shop she frequents. She said it's really good, but any deviation from the norm throws the staff off. She said she told the clerk that she only wanted a half a sandwich, and his reply was, "What am I going to do with the other half?" And she said a week later she told another clerk the same thing, and she said, "Do you want the top or the bottom half?" So I suggest, Carol, you find a new shop to go to.
Yeah,
So.
Carol needs to do that. That was out of Oklahoma City. I'll tell you what. Then we've got a good one. This one's one of my favorites, being in law enforcement. 50 pounds of pot mailed to the wrong address. And we're not talking pots and pans. We're talking marijuana. But this is how innovative the police in New Jersey are. I'm super excited. So the person gets it in the mail, address to the wrong person, not living at that address anymore. The person that gets the 50 pounds of marijuana mailed to him calls the police. The police come by, they pick it up. So they put out an ad that says, the person who's this pot was intended for, could you please come pick up your package at the local police department? Interestingly enough, I think the guy actually showed up and went.
Oh my gosh.
So good for you, Monmouth County, for being able to try and find out the perpetrator on that mail package, because he actually showed up.
Yeah.
Now, of course, only in Texas, Dr. B, Wimberley, Texas, we had to send out the local sheriff's department, the Hays County Sheriff's Department, Mark Andrews and Anthony Schaefer, because we had a welfare call. That's right, a welfare call for a doe that decided to stick her head in a pumpkin. was seen walking around Hayes County with a pumpkin on her head and couldn't figure out where to go. She actually allowed the officers to come up to her, take the pumpkin off her head, and all this